Hello, everybody. This episode of Puck Buddies is brought to you by McDavid's Miracle Oil, the only essential oil clinically proven to heal playoff pain, cure sunburns from Florida beaches, and make your power play click at 37%. Whether you're chasing a cup or just chasing the ghost of 2006, one drop of McDavid's Miracle Oil, and boom, you're flying down the wing like it's Game 7. Warning, may cause spontaneous hat tricks and deep emotional investment. So it's a rematch where we're going to be reviewing a series overview of the Florida Panthers versus the Edmonton Oilers. Starting date June 4th in Edmonton. I think the game 7, if possible, if needed.
Yeah, home ice
June
advantage
20th.
for
Yeah.
Edmonton. So different than because Florida had it last year, right?
Absolutely, and I don't think
I've-
Edmonton's had home ice advantage since like one of the LA rounds. I can't remember which one.
I was saying this to Keisha as well. We almost kind of want Edmonton to just lose one game, but we don't care. We want to sweep, but we would like.
I wouldn't care. I'll take it anywhere.
We would like anywhere, a sweep, of course.
Anytime.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
But winning it at home is just, that's...
I bet it's so sick. The fans cheering, it's so loud. I have no reason not seeing this game go, or this series go to 7 games.
Oh.
I really believe it's going to 7.
Yeah. Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals are always, just so exciting, too,
I think the Oilers might do it in 6 if they can squeak it out in Florida, because I think they're going to all win their home game, respectively, and then Edmonton could take it in 6, but if they go back to 7 in Edmonton, it's all Edmonton.
The whole, the run has been so dominant for Edmonton, but it also has been for Florida, right? 2025 NHL playoff bracket. Yours has been a lot more dominant. The only fucking, I wouldn't even say struggled, was with LA, right? 6 games for LA, and then just blew past Vegas and Dallas.
I wouldn't even call it a struggle because it was 4 straight against LA.
Right?
It was we pretty much swept them in a roundabout way. And then obviously the other ones were just both in 5. So, I think Edmonton, ever since game 3 of LA,
right?
That's look at the losses. Look at the losses, bro. Especially the Vegas one. That should have been 4. We're talking 1 goal at 0.04 seconds left of the game. They get the winner. And then same thing with game 1 of LA. I mean, they score with 37 seconds left after Edmonton has all the momentum, tying the game back up. And they get some floater bullshit. And then Dallas, 2-goal lead going into the 3rd period, 4 power plays. They score 4 power play goals. I don't know if it was 4 or 3, but it was just they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They did not do what they were supposed to do. And
like you said, it's
literally close it out. But then they closed it out every other game.
After game 3. After game 3 against LA, it's just been Connor McDavid has been on a hating spree to the rest of the NHL.
I've watched this team every single game religiously for the last 5 years, at least. And I've always been a fan. I've always paid attention, but at least these last 5 years, and they have never looked like this. This team has never looked like this. I've never gone into these series before going oh, we're gonna just wipe this team. We're just gonna wipe them. And after the first 2 at LA, I can genuinely say I thought it was over. And after the 3rd game too, the way we won, it just it was their fuck up. Right, Byfield threw it over the glass. The coach challenged it, and it was a 5-on-3 all of a sudden, and boom, we tie the game, and then boom, we win the game. So that was just kind of an anomaly thing. We could have lost that. It could have been down 3-0, and I just it just didn't seem like they were in it. And then that game just sparked something. They were holy fuck, we got this, and they've got this ever since. And I'm just very excited. It's back-to-back finals between these 2 teams. It's the first time since the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Detroit Red Wings have met in consecutive Stanley.
I thought it happened way sooner than that, honestly. I saw that stat and I was like, really? But it's just been so many single teams have gone back, I mean, obviously Pittsburgh back to back. And if I'm not mistaken, Pittsburgh going back to back, there was a little gap, but it kicked off this fucking one team being in the finals every year for a certain amount of time. Pittsburgh went, and then it was Washington.
Chicago, I think, started that. In
Did they go back to back? They did.
12.
They did go back to back.
And they won like 3 cups in 4 years. They were like really good.
Yeah, you're right.
And then LA won like 2.
But they never won.
Pittsburgh won 2.
They never won back-to-back cups.
Again.
Chicago never won back-to-back cups, though. I don't think. Okay. They did do back-to-back finals, though. Yeah, I don't think. I don't know if Florida has it in them to go all the way this time. I mean, we did kind of see it with Tampa in 22.
I saw something, bro, that kind of.
Or 23.
What we talked about yesterday or not yesterday, but when the Oilers won against Dallas and they touched the bowl. I saw something about the Florida Panthers, and the year they lost in the finals, they touched the cup or touched the bowl, and the next year they didn't touch it, beat Edmonton, and then Edmonton didn't touch it that year, and so now Edmonton touches it this year, but Florida also didn't touch it again.
I saw that.
So they went to their lucky ways back to back there. But I just thought that was interesting. Like they did the opposite. So like last year they did the same. Now they did the opposite. Does the weird hockey god rules apply here? Like is it just destiny? I don't know. Is it destiny? It could be, but this is just fate.
If we're gonna say like this is the first time since the 2008 Pittsburgh Detroit rematch, Crosby lost the year before, didn't touch, wanted to be superstitious, didn't touch, lost. And was like, no, this year we touch. This year we touch. And we win.
And then touched it ever since.
And then always touched. He's like, boys, we touch. So McDavid is
Draisaitl carry that thing back into the dressing room this time.
McDavid's going to be a toucher, man. McDavid's going to be a toucher.
Oh, full touch. Full aggression.
And like, I saw another thing too that was like talking about McDavid, like, we're in another year of McDavid winning the Conn Smythe no matter what. And I think it was Ryan Whitney was like, dude, they can't even like if Edmonton loses, they can't give the Conn Smythe to McDavid. He might go out there and smash the trophy in front of everyone if they do, bro. It's just like, even if he deserves it. Yeah. Even if he deserves it and they give it to him after losing the cup, I don't even know what McDavid will do, bro.
I've told you this story, but maybe fun to add for the stream. My dad has a funny story about that exact kind of thing happening. And my dad grew up in Edmonton and he watched the 80s Oilers and he was a hawker. He popcorn and everything and beer and stuff like that. And at the end of the game, it was the Stanley Cup Finals between Edmonton and Philadelphia, and Edmonton won. And I believe it was their goalie Hextall?
Philly in 1981?
I'm not sure what the finals was, but was it Ronnie Hextall? Whenever they went to the finals, I'm not sure if it was 81 or what. Lost in the division semifinals. Go to the next season. Lost in the semifinals again. Next one. Lost to the next one. Lost in the finals to Edmonton. Okay. So it's this one. And scroll down to their goalies.
Rob Frost, Darren Jensen. They're back.
How about the next year? Did they go back to back? In 17 semifinals. No, keep going.
Could also just search Hextall.
Well, finals against who? Edmonton. Okay, yeah, this is a game 7 for sure. This has to be it. Who's their goalie?
Yeah,
Ronnie Hextall. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Ronnie, 22 years old. Ronnie Hextall. He wins the Conn Smythe.
Right.
And he's in the back of the moving truck, and my dad's outside, and he's watching everything go down. And they're putting all the gear in, and one of the representatives of the team goes, "Hey, Mr. Hextall, here's your trophy." And Ron takes it and throws it as hard as he can into the back of the moving truck and just blows up the trophy. The little stars. My dad said little stars on it were everywhere, like the Leafs, whatever they are.
Yeah, everywhere. Just fucking yeets that thing.
Completely chucked that thing. He's like, "Fuck this, means nothing to me." And it's like, it really doesn't make sense to give that trophy to the loser because there is no compensation. The guy just lost the finals. Like, I would never look at that trophy and be proud of it. That'd be like a stain on my career forever. Like and it's almost an insult to the other team where it's like, you guys won, but none of your guys were good enough to be like the best on the winning team. Like, no, I mean, like, I probably would have given it. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to Florida at all last year.
I do. Like, McDavid was just absolutely insane. The like, to be down 3-0 and bring it back to a game 7, like, it's just, I do agree with giving it to McDavid. Like, who else do you give it to? Because it is playoff MVP. Not like that
I do get
NBA
it, but it's
Finals
just like
MVP crap.
I wouldn't want it, and I'm sure McDavid doesn't want it either. So it's
Right?
like that's what I just
Right?
mean. Like it's just like I
Yeah.
would obviously like, you have to give it to the best player. That's what the trophy's for. But it's just I don't know. It just seemed kind of dumb.
No,
I would give it to the best winning.
I totally yeah. It's like, how do you give it to somebody who just lost and expect them to like be any sort of like have like all they're thinking about is fuck, I just lost the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this to you, but it'll be fun to mention here is the clip of Zach Hyman. I never watched the after the Oilers lost finals, cry video. I just couldn't do it
Oh,
because I didn't want to
100%.
cry. But and I still haven't. Maybe if everything goes well, I'll watch it. But in this moment, never gonna watch it. And I saw one clip though, and it was Zach Hyman, and he was like, guys, there's nothing that's ever gonna make this feel better right now. But I know we're gonna be back here. I just know in my heart back here, and it sucks that Zach isn't gonna be back for the finals.
Oh
Really,
yeah.
that is brutal that he's injured. I saw a video at the end of Game 5 when they beat Dallas. They FaceTimed him, and he just got out of surgery, and they're like, "Hey, Hymo, like, yo, what's up?" And he's like, "Love you guys." But I just feel so bad for the guy. Like, you work so hard just to get to this point, and then to leave on a freak accident, like that shouldn't have happened. And it's not like
Yeah,
it was on
bro.
purpose. Like you can't blame the Dallas guy. It was just like literally a freak accident, and it just sucks. It just sucks because he was such a value, still is, but
Oh,
because he's
dude.
injured, such a valuable piece to that team. He
Like,
was the leading league hitter in the playoffs. He was putting in that work, and
bro,
it's just
I'm gonna
brutal that he had to go.
use I'm gonna use an example here. He's your Chris Kunitz, but he's not your Chris Kunitz. He's 3 Chris Kunitzes, bro. The shit that
He's a
he
monster.
does, like, because Chris Kunitz was there to feed off Sid, Chris Kunitz, he knew how to play with Sid, where Zach Hyman is there to feed off McDavid. But he
But
has
he
that
knows how to play with
fucking
everyone.
dog in him to do shit on his own, bro. Like, Chris Kunitz is kind of like if Crosby wasn't telling him what to do, his brain would not function. Where Zach Hyman can figure out what to do on his own.
And he looks good while he's doing it.
Yeah. And dude, Corey Perry getting in there, like Corey Perry's kind of.
If you don't mind bringing up on your screen there the playoff stats again for this team, because I just want to see the depth scoring after 3 rounds, and it's unfortunate because normally the Oilers play 7 or 6 games, and we're only getting 5 and 6. So there's not many game samples this time. They don't have 39 points in 24 games at this point, but. Just go to the all franchise, bring it down to Edmonton. I just love seeing who I see on this list and where I see it on this list.
Corey Perry, double digits.
Evander Kane, Zach, unfortunately. But, like, Evander, though. Like, that's a replacement of a Hyman. Corey Perry, he was the one playing first-line power play now.
He was?
He's in front
Okay.
of that net.
I was going to say, it seems like he's kind of filling in that Hyman role.
Well, the coach has always done that. He swapped him out because Hyman wasn't really hot. He hasn't been hot all year. He just hasn't had that scoring touch. It just hasn't been his year. He probably has 20 goals or more, but he wasn't, he had 40 last year or 50? I think he had 50. Guy was on fire. And so he had to have a down year. And Corey Perry is just getting that power play time, and he's just in that front of the net, and he plays that. I mean, Hyman's done it for let's say 10 years. Corey's been doing it for 20. That's the experience. That guy knows what he's up to. Connor Brown, 8 points. Podkolzin, 6. What I love about Podkolzin, 10th overall pick, right? 23 or something years old.
Look at that guy.
He's just a moose, man. He's just a moose. And he's from the Canucks. That's my favorite part. +6, dude. Look at that. +7 in the playoffs. that's career. But +6, 10th overall from Vancouver. For nothing. I don't even know what we traded. I think it was a 4th round pick. It was just a steal. He's just a project kid. Yeah, 4th round pick. I like to pretend because the 4th round really had no value to it. That it was pretty much Vincent Desharnais for this guy, and I would have traded Vincent Desharnais for Sabrina Carpenter's bagged fart.
Yeah, bro. Like a 4th round pick to a cup contending team. The fuck is that? The fuck is that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in any draft, you can get lucky. But if we were just gonna hope you get lucky, that's not really a good strategy.
Another one. So another one of your new
I guess that
pickups
is a good strategy.
that is also in the top 10 here. Wallman.
Dude, not only top 10.
Woo!
Yeah. No. But on
Woohoo!
top of that, go back to the main stats of the whole league. I don't know if it shows it on here. Scroll down. Oh, they don't have it. Plus minus. He's leading the playoffs in plus minus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's good.
Dude, that's go look at the whole
Oh,
team
he's
again.
96. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
go look at the
go.
whole team again, bro. Just for funsies here. And then go to all leaders. And then plus minus. Just click on the plus minus thing. Doesn't matter. Is at the top. Just scroll down now. Find me the first minus guy. Find me the first one.
Jeffrey.
2 points in 2 games though. And playoff point per gamer.
And the only one in minus.
That's because he let in, I think, 2, or he was on the ice for 2 or 3 in this first game against LA. Like, he didn't have time to fucking shake it back up and bring it back. These guys are all so deadly. Like, it is not friendly to look at. I think they're the only team as well that if you go to points, or goals, they got a goal out of everyone on their team. Except for how many guys?
They haven't really played too many
minutes. One guy's played 4
either.
games, so I wouldn't even count him. But go to Edmonton now. You can just franchise. Bang. Oh, it's nice that they're right beside each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got 4, but look at the games played on them. I want to see what they are. Or by goals. Sorry, go by goals, and then scroll down. 0 for Ekholm, 1 game. 0 for Brown, 1 game. 0 for Stetcher. That's not his game, and Emberson as well. They're all defensemen.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, and one of them has only played 1 game, 2 and 1 assist. Like, Ekholm.
Yeah, we can't really
what's funny,
count
man,
Ekholm
is,
there.
Before Ekholm came back, I discussed it with my dad, and I was like, I don't know if I'd put him in because he was injured for so long, and when he came back that 1 game, he got hurt. Right? And I was just like, and the boys are rolling. I would have kept Stetcher in, and then he came back in his game, and he made that dish to McDavid. Did you see the 4th goal from Edmonton?
In game against Dallas, game 5?
Game 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid's angle?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that was Ekholm that dished from the puck up the middle. First game back, he's pulling moves out like that. I was like, okay, yeah, I would have sat Stetcher for that guy. I mean, Stetch, amazing. Played how many games? Plus what? I want to see what Stetch was. Even if he was a 0, I don't care. Plus 3, yeah. Stud. And
15 minutes. Too.
I don't know him, but I know him through a friend of a friend
time.
kind of thing. And so that makes me feel like special, like I know him kind of.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, even though I don't know who he is, it's like somebody that I know knows him. So it's chill, It's like that. Why I always got a soft spot for Nuge, What new pickups does Florida have?
Brad Marchand, huge.
Oh,
Seth Jones, pretty big. I don't like Seth Jones personally, but a good good D-man. I can't complain with that pickup. It's not my personal pick, but if he were on my team, I'd be okay with it because I'd have to be. But I'm not. It's not the biggest piece. They're just smaller shit like that. But I think the biggest one is Brad. And when he was up for grabs, I was like, man, if the Oilers could make Brad work, I mean, take him in a heartbeat. That's just, you want that. And he seems to fit really well with that team. Like, them just hanging out and stuff. And the videos I've seen, they look pretty happy. And
plus 11.
Oh, he's been good with them. Trust.
14
points. Like, he wants that one more cup too. Like, that's why it's like sketches. They got some extra fucking pump in their stump. And, not that Edmonton doesn't. Edmonton has that stump in their pump too. But this shit's it's serious,
bro. As somebody who was around Vancouver in 2011, I know how much of a difference maker Brad Marchand can be, bro. Like, he gets you tilted. He gets you fucking out of your game.
But can you also agree, as someone that had been around the San Jose Sharks in 2017 or 16 or whatever it was, that Evander Kane was a cunt to play against?
I don't really remember Evander Kane too much from that run.
Well, I hope he is cunty, is all I'm getting at. And I think he has been. And same with like there's Bouchard did something that I fucking loved against Dallas. And this is the shit that I love, and it's just that like extra dog in you. But Darnell Nurse slashes Rupe Hintz on the foot, right? Big little thing. He gets not suspended, gets a big penalty for it or whatever. But the next game, no, he misses the next game. Hintz misses the next game. So this is game 5. Hintz is skating to the bench to change, and when Bouchard does a flyby, he slams him in the same foot. He just gets him right in the same spot. Dick slams his foot, and I was like, Bouch, that is brutal. Like, I love that shit. I love that shit. And that's the shit that we have to do against Florida, because they're going to be dirty. I mean, like, Kachuk already has that rivalry against Edmonton. We obviously fucked him in the face, little bitch. But against Calgary, obviously, and ruined his team. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just really feeling good this year, and I like feeling good.
I mean, how can you not? How can you not? Right, with like the way that this run has been playing out, the way that the boys have just been showing their dominance in this whole run, like blowing through everybody. Like had you say a few games here and there, maybe a few moments here and there, but it's like the overall product has just been so dominant. And I haven't been watching the Florida run, so I can't really speak on it.
I mean, in itself, though, and I know Toronto's a great team, but going 7 against Toronto, it really makes me feel a lot more confidence.
I will preface that with San Jose probably felt really confident when Pittsburgh went 7 against Ottawa.
I would disagree, because Ottawa was fucking insane that year.
That's true. That's true. They just completely collapsed after that.
Ottawa was goated. They were the whole like storyline is
True.
like Pittsburgh destroyed that franchise after. So like I think that team, I know Toronto's also goated, but it's just
it's Toronto though.
Like
it's Toronto though.
Yeah. And I'm sure, and Pittsburgh never gave me the same vibes as like a Florida either, where they're not like a beat you up team. They weren't gonna win like by smashing you down and beating you up. I just mean like Toronto's weak, and you smash them down and beat them up, and Edmonton's not weak. So like you're gonna come in and it take you 7 to beat up a weak team. Like fuck, we're gonna fucking take that beating tenfold. And come back hotter. One guy I miss is can't remember his name. Maybe I don't miss him. Fuck, Kimberly. I always called him Kim something. Fuck, who? Clemson.
Clem.
Clemson shit. Clem Costin.
Yeah, Clem.
I always called him Climberly. I loved that dude, man. I fucking love that dude. He was a monster. I missed him. He was a good playoff dude. Yeah, I don't think he really did much in our run, but it was fun to watch.
Right. I remember that name. Fucking Clemson. The Clemson Shin. Yeah, the depth for Edmonton on the scoring. What about like points overall? It's kind of top loaded for like general points, but then when you look at goals, the goals are there.
Oh yeah.
Florida,
they've been there.
I do believe is a bit more top heavy on the goals. They're there as well. This is going to be a very exciting rematch.
No, I'm very excited.
This is going to be a real exciting rematch. Yeah, like I was saying, it definitely felt like there had been way more rematches since 2008. But, like you said, there's that period from 2009 to 2017 where the cup was shared between 3 teams plus Boston. Boston won in 2011, but it was just Chicago, Pittsburgh, and LA trading the cup back and forth for like 9 years.
It was pretty boring.
And then Washington, St. Louis had a little bit of parity. They had a little bit of stuff going on there. But then, it was like Tampa. But they played, Dallas, Montreal, Colorado.
Who's this?
Tampa when they were
the
going
Cup winners
back,
after.
or who they played, because Tampa won against Montreal and Dallas, but just because it's been Tampa, Florida in the East for the last 6 years.
Yeah. Boring.
Yeah, so the East has been boring as shit, man. The East has been boring as shit.
For real.
But in the West, you've had fucking. I guess like there's like I just said, just saying Tampa Montreal final. It's like, wait, what? That was when there was the Canadian division.
Yeah.
And it was just
Just
like
weird.
So like
Doesn't count.
I always say
it
that one. I say that one especially, like you can make the argument for 2020 counting, because like the season ended abruptly, still lots of it was played, but the 21 season, it's like there was the Canadian division, and it's just like, like you say, just the final being Tampa versus Montreal. It's like, what happened here? Why are two Eastern teams in the finals together?
Yeah.
So it's like,
what's going on?
It counts, but like it's definitely not as like prestigious or like the same as winning it in a regular season. Definitely not.
I wouldn't
take
brag
it away
about it as much if I were a fan.
That's the thing, right? Like I don't want to take away from the fact that they beat every other team and made it to the finals and they have their names on the Stanley Cup. But to say it's like, even somewhat similar to winning in a regular season that's played normally, it ain't. It's definitely not.
100% no. Don't even try me like that.
Yeah, what do you think? Edmonton, and you think it's gonna go to 7?
I believe so. I wouldn't put all my money on it, but
right.
Have a good feeling.
I would like to see it go to 7. I love Game 7s.
Yeah.
Love Game 7s. Game 7 in Edmonton would be even better.
Oh fuck! It would just be heaven. And like I said, especially if they won, obviously. There's nothing better than winning in your hometown, I would assume.
Right? That's the one thing.
One
thing we don't have. Pittsburgh's never won a cup in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yeah. The first one was in Minnesota.
Hard to believe.
I know, right?
North Stars.
First one was in Minnesota.
Right? North Stars,
yeah. Second was in Chicago. Third was in Detroit. Fourth was in San Jose, and fifth was in Nashville.
Shit. Never won a cup at home franchise.
Never won a cup at home.
Like insane to think.
Right?
And it's because it's such a goated franchise. Like they've won one, but it's not like not winning at home means more. I mean, I'd win a cup in a garbage disposal if I had to.
Right? Like winning away is just like almost that like. The thing about winning at home is when you're watching it back, you have that crowd cheering and that's so loud and all the confetti and like it's just such a bigger celebration.
Player, it would be a different feeling for sure.
But then when you win it away, it's just that silence and that like in that away jersey lifting the cup in front of the away fans.
All the fans looking around at the fans and they're all like, look. Fuck you. Instead of looking at the fans like, yeah, and the fans are like, yeah.
Heads down.
I would single out the few Oiler fans in the crowd if it was in, fucking Florida and just be like, come on the ice. Like all the Oiler fans, like come down here and celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for June 4th, man. And the best part is after Big Doggy's birthday, Punjabi Tsunami.
The Punjabi Tsunami. Yeah, man, I'm ready for these finals, man. I'm so ready for these finals, man.
Let's see here. So the path to get here for Florida, they had gone through Tampa Bay in 5 games.
I thought Tampa had a chance there. I did pick Florida in my bracket, but thought Tampa maybe had a chance.
You just can't sleep on a team like that, but I feel like they've depleted a lot.
They got
Stammer leaving. It's just a lot of that integral.
That one's Stammer leaving, and then they're just later Pittsburgh. They're just hanging on,
Gensel.
Getting, especially the fact that they have Gensel makes it even more accurate, right? Like they're just hanging on, getting bounced in the first round. It's on the decline, big time. But then the Toronto series.
Toronto, honestly, I was cheering for Toronto.
Same. Oh, same.
Because I as an Oiler fan, not as a Canada, I want to win because they're the easier fight. I was like, if we had to play them in the finals, I'd rather them or Carolina. So I was like, if they beat Florida, I knew for a fact Florida would be the toughest team. And that's why I'm like, I'm not nervous, but like they beat us last year. They have reason to feel confidence. It's like in a UFC fight, the champion holding the belt has that. There's like a statistic, I forget what the number is. I'm going to say 10% likelihood of winning, or they're like 10% better because they're the champion. You know what I mean? Like they have that like belief in
right?
themselves a little bit more. It's kind of like a placebo effect. And, Florida has that belief because they beat Edmonton last year. So, like, yeah, we beat these guys. We could beat them again. But it was scary for them. Like we've talked about, they blew a 3-game lead.
Oh,
They should have ended that in 5-6, but they didn't.
Going into Game 7, everyone pegged Edmonton to be winning because Florida had just like they were so dominant, and then they just started fumbling. They just
And
fumbled
now we get
so
the home
hard.
ice advantage. Florida doesn't seem to lose at home. You're looking at this Toronto thing. Look at all the games. Oh, they lost their game 6 at home, and that's all Edmonton needs. Edmonton goes up 2, and then we win game 3 or game 5. I mean, get out of town.
And then Edmonton doesn't care if they're at home.
No,
Edmonton
this
just
team has been
doesn't.
playing great in whatever home away. Dallas, we took 1, should have had 2. Vegas, we took both. LA, I mean, we obviously ended up winning 1 in their house, but they didn't matter. That was a boring series. Vegas, walk in the park for Edmonton.
Yeah.
Walk in the park. Their only game was a 0.4 second left. They get out of town.
Yeah.
And when I say walk in the park, the games weren't tough. Or weren't not tough, sorry. They were tough games. Like the Oilers, like it was hard. 1-0, 3-0. Like these were short little games. But
2 overtime.
What I'm getting at is it was 5 games. That's what I mean by that. It was walking park.
Yeah. Yeah. There was no at no point were you super worried, Same with Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, the only time like Edmonton has been, you could say, kind of scared was maybe after this game. Maybe after this game 2, Edmonton was like,
no, go to the game center of game 3.
And then it was game 3 where it was just like, okay, we're turning
no.
it on.
I want to show you. This is scroll down. This is when Edmonton was scared. Okay, 2-0, right? Okay, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1,
right,
4-2,
right.
5, or no, 4-3. 4-3. What game is this? Oh yeah, this is the same one. Okay,
yeah,
we tied that shit. But like,
right.
I don't know, man. Even going in and being 4-4 and they're up 4-3. This is Evander Kane ties it, obviously, and then this is the Bouchard one and then those 2 are empty nets. But that was the game winner, off the face-off, 5-on-4. Look at this, passes it, comes up the middle. Hey, Draisaitl behind me, cuts to the net. Draisaitl pass, tip in. Beautiful set
man.
Play, amazing. But I think this game still though, like we're talking, this is third period. We come back third period.
I remember watching this. Watching this.
Yeah, in my opinion, this game, they were still scared. Okay, I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Fuck, man, we're gonna be down 3-0 now." It wasn't after game 2, or we came into game 3, and it was
this
40 minutes in.
It was this one where it got scary.
Absolutely.
Like that was like,
look at the shot. It says poke. He poked it past the goalie.
5-hole.
It was Pickard in net too.
And
Pickard saved himself.
Oh,
man, bro got lucky. I mean that in a respectful way.
Also,
I don't think he got lucky, but
when it was like, okay, Pickard's, you're getting that main goalie got injured, backup starting to come in, and then your backup gets injured. But then Stu starts having a masterclass. It didn't start until, I don't know, around here, game 4 of Vegas. Stu was just like, I'm locking in and I'm staying locked in. I mean, we don't talk about that, but
talk about that.
Like, bruh, you gotta have one. But yeah, man, like you just did not want to let anything pass him. Stu was like, no, I got it. I'll be the backup to the backup.
While being the starter.
Exactly.
Bro took like the role and just ran with it.
Yeah. In one.
And he's done a great job. Great job. And I will never complain.
What
and the best part is Pickard's back as well, right before this start. And I'm not saying anything about Stu, but that's a great backup option. Obviously he proved he can do what he can do. And so you have that like kind of safety net in a sense.
Yeah.
And honestly, the team it's been playing different regardless, but it plays different in front of what's his name too. Because I would say they don't trust him as much in the fact that he is like doesn't play all year. It's not like they don't trust him because he's not a good goalie. It's just like he's not warmed up. He plays 20 games a year or whatever it is.
Right.
And you just play tighter defense, and that sometimes the Oilers just need that tighter defense. And obviously, it wins them games sometimes. Well, when the Oilers' problem is they can score 4, they can score 3, and obviously there's times where they can score 6. But if the other team scores 6, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
You shut those teams down, and you're winning every. You have to. There's no way you don't win every game.
Right, like game 1 against LA, he scored 5 goals, but they scored 6.
Yeah.
Like your scoring's
And we
there.
came back in that game. That one hurt, man. I was like, oh my god, Connor McDavid just put the team on his back, dude. He just put the team on his back, dude. Fucking puts it under Kemper's arm. Kemper, in my opinion, though, he was the only reason LA stayed in that game, that series so long. Like Oilers were having scoring chances. It wasn't that like we should have been winning 10-6. We were gonna still let in 6, but we should have had 10 goals. Kemper was man. There's no way Corey Perry's leading our team in goals.
Oh, no way. Tied with Leon, but
nah, I mean, Bill. I mean, look at the time on ice per game. 13 to 21 minutes. He gets pretty much half the time he gets, and he has the same amount of goals. That is impressive, Corey.
Having Corey Perry scoring 7 goals is what you need.
Oh man, that's deadly.
Stu versus Bob.
What's going on with Bob? What's his statistics? 9-12, 211 in these playoffs. He's good, man. He's good. It's a clutch goaltender, but he's old, man. Get him to go side to side and pull a groin. He's got to pull something. I'm sorry. Something's got to go in that old man.
He is old. Oh my gosh.
Make him pull something. Get him out. They got rid of Spencer Knight. They don't have a good backup anymore. Who's their backup? Pustain McGunkis? Probably Pustain McGunkis. I think he's their new guy. I haven't even played him. Hasn't played a single game in the playoffs.
Could be this guy then?
Vitek Vanacek. Yeah, it must be. So they got 884, 362 as their backup. Oh man, please get injured. Pull something in practice and throw Vitek Vanacek. He is getting pumped. In 884, fuck, we only need 6 shots a game to light him up. Oh my god. I can't wish anything of pain or anything against any goalie. Don't get injured, Bobrovsky. Let it come naturally from the hockey gods. Don't let it come from my wishes and wants.
No, it's like the 2019 Toronto Raptors watching Kevin Durant get injured and being happy about it for a moment. It was just like, man.
Everyone cheering, and then like Kyle Lowry being like, "No, guys, stop!" And then everyone being like, "Oh yeah,
yeah." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's actually somebody that's injured." But the initial reaction is like, "Oh, that's one of their best players. That's one of their best players.
This is huge.
This is huge. This could change. This could change everything." And then it's like, "Oh yeah. He's actually like that." And then finding out it was like he's done for like 2 years. It was like, ooh.
Was he out for 2 years?
Almost. He was out for at least a full season. I know Clay was out for like 2 years as well.
Wow. You guys got finessed.
Yeah, bro. But see, like Warriors, I mean, like NHL is nowhere compared to the NBA. But Warriors were like having Florida syndrome, you know, where they're just back to back to back, just having these deep runs every year. Team getting like worn down. Bobrovsky old. Yeah, man. Edmonton's got this. Edmonton's definitely got this.
On Jase.
And that's on Jase. Anyways, I'd say that concludes episode 2 of the Puck Buddies podcast.
On Ja.
On
Ja. On Connor McDavid's magical oil.
Straight up.